Being chosen is not just a label or a flattering description. It is an experience that transcends common understanding, a reality so different and radiant that it unsettles, inspires, and sometimes even terrifies those who witness it. To be marked with that undeniable spark of divine favor is to carry an aura that cannot be hidden, a light that refuses to be dimmed. This is why the chosen become the center of unusual attention, both positive and hostile. As it is written, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Matthew 5:14. Your light exposes what is concealed, awakens what lies dormant, and challenges what is stagnant, and that, beloved one, never goes unnoticed. Some people will not be able to stop thinking about you, no matter how hard they try. They replay your words, your actions, even your smallest gestures, as if they were sacred clues to a greater mystery. This fixation may appear flattering, but beneath it lies a storm of complex emotions. To them, you are not just another passing figure. You become the mirror of their deepest desires, a reminder of what they could be, yet are too afraid to pursue. Their constant observation, their quiet attempts to reconnect, their secret longing, even from the shadows, all testify to the depth of impression your presence has left upon their lives. They may try to spy, to copy, or to recreate past moments with you, because in their hearts they know you were the brightest chapter in their story. Every hidden glance is an unspoken confession. This person awakened something in me that I cannot forget. But with such attention comes danger, for where there is great light, there are always forces that attempt to dim it. Yet do not be afraid, for the chosen walk under a protection that is far greater than human comprehension. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Isaiah 54:17. This divine protection functions as a shield surrounding your life. Those who attempt to harm you find themselves confronted not only by their own failure, but also by the weight of spiritual consequences, for they oppose not just you, but the one who anointed you. Their envy, their jealousy, their malice only return to the multiplied, while your journey continues forward with unstoppable momentum. History has always remembered the chosen. From the earliest stories of humanity, tales of individuals whose presence felt like a blazing star in the night sky have circulated among us. Think of Moses, whose face shone so brightly after encountering God that the people could not even look directly at him. Exodus 34:29. Think of Esther, who was elevated for such a time as this. Esther 4:14, carrying within her a light that saved her people. In every age, the chosen have stood out, sometimes adored, sometimes hated, but always unforgettable. If you sense this calling in yourself, then you already know the truth. Your presence is magnetic. People are not drawn merely to your words or actions, but to the energy you emanate, an authenticity that resonates at a spiritual frequency. It is as if your soul sings a song only a few can hear, yet once they hear it, they can never forget it. To those who cross your path, you are like a lighthouse in a storm. Lost ships, confused, weary, wandering, are drawn to your illumination. Your light offers them guidance, assurance, and hope. Yet that same light will inevitably attract not only the lost, but also those who feel threatened by it. Just as moths fly to a flame, not all who are drawn to your brilliance come with pure intentions. Some arrive with admiration, others with envy, and still others with the secret desire to capture your fire for themselves. It is a spiritual phenomenon, not merely psychological. This is why you must be discerning. As Jesus himself taught, do not cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet. Matthew 7:6. To be a light is to balance openness with wisdom, compassion with strength. Your intuition, sharpened through prayer and reflection, becomes your compass. This attraction you cause is constant evidence of your purpose. Even in moments when you feel weary or misunderstood, remember that your light is needed. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 4:7, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us." Your uniqueness is the treasure you carry, a divine gift meant to awaken transformation in others. When people become obsessed with you, it is rarely just about admiration. It is because your presence forces them to confront their own reality. You are like a living catalyst. To be around you is to feel called into growth, compelled to change, and this provokes a strange mixture of longing and discomfort. Some will draw closer, desperate to remain in your orbit. Others will retreat into silent observation, fearing they are unworthy of your presence. But whether near or far, they cannot escape the imprint you have left upon them. Consider how Jesus drew crowds wherever he went, not by demanding followers, but simply by existing in his truth. A single word, a single touch, transformed lives. His energy, his presence, his authenticity radiated so strongly that even those who merely brushed the hem of his garment were healed. Mark 5:27-29. You carry within you a reflection of that same mystery. Though your impact may appear more subtle, it is no less profound. Still, with this gift comes burden. Some will try to drain you, attaching themselves to your energy not to grow, but to feed. Others will lash out, projecting their frustrations onto you because your light exposes what they wish to keep hidden. As the story of Joseph reveals, those closest to you can also be the quickest to envy. His brothers despised him because of his visions and favor, conspiring to sell him into slavery. Yet God turned their betrayal into the very path that would elevate Joseph to save nations. What was meant for harm became the stepping stone to greatness. Genesis 50:20. And so it is with you. Those who oppose you are not your enemies. They are instruments, unknowingly sharpening your resilience and proving the reality of your divine protection. Remember also Cain and Abel. Abel's offering was pure, his devotion sincere, and it provoked Cain's rage. Unable to confront his own inadequacy, Cain struck his brother down. The lesson is clear: light stirs both love and hatred because it reveals truth. Do not mistake their hostility as a measure of your weakness. It is evidence of your strength. As John 1:5 declares, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Every life you touch bears witness to this. Some will say you were the best thing that ever happened to them, and even long after your departure, the mark you leave remains like a compass in their soul. Your absence creates a void that cannot easily be filled because no one else carries your particular frequency of light. And while this loss can drive some into obsession, it also compels many to embark on their own journeys of healing, growth, and self-discovery. The pain of losing your presence is often what awakens them to pursue their own transformation. Thus, even in absence, you remain a catalyst for good. To be chosen is to live under the mystery of divine protection. You walk through fire and do not burn, through floods and do not drown, because the Lord declares, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you." Isaiah 43:2. This invisible shield is not a fantasy. It is real, and it manifests in countless ways. Through inner peace when circumstances rage, through angelic interventions at moments of danger, through doors closing to protect you from harm, and through strength that rises in you when you feel you cannot continue. Those who curse you unknowingly call curses upon themselves. Those who envy you reap their own bitterness. As Pharaoh hardened his heart against Moses and the Israelites, he unleashed plagues that devastated his land, while God's people were preserved. The same principle still operates. Those who oppose divine favor cannot stand. Yet with this protection comes responsibility. To know you are guarded is to be called higher, to live with integrity, compassion, and justice, embodying the light you carry. Your life is not just your own. You are a testimony of God's grace, a living reminder to others that something greater than the ordinary exists. Envy, jealousy, and hostility will always surround you, for your light unsettles. You are the reminder that authenticity is possible, that courage is real, that faith still moves mountains. And in a world where so many settle for imitation, your presence is a disruptive declaration of truth. Remember Joseph, remember Daniel, remember David, remember Esther. Remember the apostles who carried light into hostile cities and were met with both miracles and opposition. Their struggles were not proof of weakness, but evidence of their divine mission. So when you face resistance, recognize it for what it is. Confirmation. Confirmation that you are walking in alignment with your purpose. Confirmation that your life is larger than yourself. Confirmation that your calling is unshakable. Continue walking with your head high, knowing you are fulfilling a vital role. Your journey may not always be easy, but it is sacred. Every person you impact, every life you touch, every transformation you inspire is proof that your light cannot be silenced. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. And as long as you walk in this truth, no shadow can overcome the brilliance of the light you carry.